What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Import and Modify. The Honda Prelude is coming around and it's starting to actually look like something I would drive. Now, the new headlights and the new lip kit really brought forth the front end and it looks a lot better. We rolled the fenders, we got the wheels and tires to fit. I changed the rear spring with the 8 kg, 10 kg in the front, now 8 kg in the back as opposed to the 7. And I did have to do a couple of little modifications on the rear in order to get it to fit. I did have to take a Dremel and cut back this side piece right here in order to get the clearance. There was a tab right there. I had to roll it up, and now I'm gonna have to drill back right here and fasten it with a zip tie, and that will secure it down. Necessary, had to do it. That was just right in the way. So, another thing, whenever I had the front end apart, I took the time and cleaned the radiator support. A lot of grit and grime in there, a lot of extra wiring with all the stuff they had with the lighting, the horns and whatnot. There still is a cluster of wiring underneath the dash that I need to get rid of and return things back to factory state, but we still have to do a couple other things. I did take care of that bushing on the steering rack, so that's taken care of now. I don't have that knocking noise whenever I turn the steering wheel. Speaking of the steering wheel, we have a Momo. I'm gonna go ahead and install this Momo with the Honda airbag and get rid of this hot boy Honda look. And I got some loud horns and some H22 injectors. I believe there's H23 injectors. This thing has an H23 swap. I believe whenever they swapped it, they left the H23 injectors on it, with the factory ECU. It's giving it an over-rich code, well, a rich code, and it's also bogging under acceleration. So hopefully those H22 injectors will take care of that problem, and I won't know until it's done. So the biggest labor thing that I have to do is the oil pan. So I ordered the exhaust flange gasket for the mid pipe and also for the header. Once I get those in, I'll go ahead and tackle that oil pan at that time. I don't know if I'll have it in for this episode, but we'll just see how it goes. Let's just continue on, keep the ball rolling, and knock more out. All right, guys, quick tip. A little bit of a hack that I learned a long time ago messing with these cheaper lip kits. Now, usually when you put them on, they'll come up short on one end. When that happens, this one was actually 1/4 of an inch off. What I do is I take a heat gun and I heat the surface, usually typically about a surface about this long. And then I heat it up evenly, and once it gets hot, I'm pulling on it, and that will, once it's hot, it will allow you to stretch it. And that's what I did, and as you can tell, it fits very nice. So after you're done mounting it up on both sides, take the heat gun and along the seams, heat it up nice and hot, not enough to melt it, nice and hot along the seams, then let it cool. And then what happens is it forms to your bumper cover. Tip from me to you.
I bet you don't take that now.
some rub on the rear. So I have some rubbing going on in the rear. As you can hear that when I hit bumps, it kind of kisses the fender. I need to see exactly where that's at. I'm probably gonna have to, you know, raise it up a little bit more. But as far as the injectors go, it does seem to be like it is driving better. Alright guys, Honda Prelude, it has come a long way in such a short time, and I'm very happy with the way it looks now. I did run into an issue with the clearance on the rear wheels. It is kissing the tires over the, you know, the slightest bumps. When it compresses, it's kissing. So with that being said, I wasn't able to get things up to speed and test out the injectors fully, but I went ahead and I can tell that it idles cleaner. It doesn't smell as rich out of the exhaust. And whenever I go from partial throttle to fuller throttle, it seems cleaner. So hopefully that takes care of that. And if it doesn't feel all the way right, well, this is an H23 and there was an H22 in there. So there's a slight displacement difference, but I don't know if that's enough to make a difference. But in that case, I do have a Honda tuner. Now, I'm pretty much the way I was planning on doing it was waiting until I manual swap it, then throw the Honda in it and everything and figure it out. So we'll just see how that's going to play out, right? So the horns, they're mounted, they're not wired in because I need to figure out a harness from the steering wheel to the connector, because the factory wheel had the cruise control in it, and they don't have that harness. So I need to figure that out. And once I figure it out, I'll wire that in, and then basically just get this thing right? So inner and outer tie rods, I went ahead and replaced those, because when I did the bushing, I noticed I wasn't really keen on the condition of the ones that were in there, so I went ahead and just replaced those. So the steering and all that's taken care of now. So we're making great progress. I'm still waiting on the gasket for the header. Once that comes in, I'll be able to do the oil pan and take care of all the other little things. So that being said, guys, I hope y'all like the progress that was made on this episode. Now, I just went crazy on it. I just had to get these things done in a timely manner. So nice little montage for you guys to watch. And it's kind of the way I like to do things. I just like to just get down to the nitty gritty on it. So anyway, if you guys are here for the first time and like the content, go ahead and subscribe. But on that note, I'm out of here, guys. Y'all know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Peace out.